set out to organize the 4th edition of the Retail Leaders Conference, we're clear on our mind. The major goal was to draw attention of key stakeholders in the industry to support it and support it more. Government, manufacturing, banks especially, and then of course we talk about the other service provider like technology group. And so we position the conference to these stakeholders to share with them more what retail can do for us as a nation if only we are well supported.
We worked, myself and Mr. Ibata and other retailers like Nikki Ogulesi, we worked together to make the Retail Leaders Conference a reality on an annual basis.
Once we're clear on the vision, we decided to come up with what strategy do we use. We knew we needed, for example, support in terms of sponsorship. We needed finance to run the program. And we reached out to key organizations at the beginning to say, look, this is the program we have, this is what we have in our mind, this is the kind of support we needed from you.
This program is a platform that brings the retail leaders together to discuss ways to grow the industry. It's a platform that actually allows business owners, retail owners to rub minds and champion a new direction.
This is my first time attending, and I think it's been quite insightful, trying to draw the attention of Nigerians to great benefits that we have in the retail market, and how business owners, how those who actually need these people can target them and take advantage of the mass market that we have out there.
The conference sought to draw attention to the plight of retail, the many challenges that we have to go through and have to face daily, what the opportunities are, that the sector or industry offers.
I think it's an opportunity, one, to meet with the retail leaders. Second, it gives you an insight of the retail market, especially in Nigeria. So far, so good. For the last 3 years, we've seen remarkable growth despite the recession.
At the beginning, we were very apprehensive. For instance, the registrations were poor. And even those who registered, when you get back to them, they say, oh, we thought the conference was free. Oh, we are not ready now. Those were some of the teething problems and challenges that we faced. But by and large, because we've done first, second, and third, we are used to that. And the crowd we saw at the conference bears testimony to that. If I followed the registration and all of that, I'm not sure I was expecting that number. But last minute, of course, people will come for the conference. So there will always be challenges.
Increase visibility for this program. There are much more retailers out there that should be hearing what we are hearing here. So as the speakers come to dish out from their vast knowledge of experience, I think this information should not be limited to the few that are listening to it now, but to more retailers outside there.
It's unfortunate that a lot of people don't know about this conference. I think it was a great conference, and there's so much to learn. I mean, I have so many friends, so many colleagues that invest so much into retail businesses, but they don't know half of what I heard today. They just don't know about it. So I don't think that they should change anything really about the content of this conference, but what they need to change is how much awareness there is and trying to get the numbers in here.
They need to get the owners of businesses to speak at these conferences and not representatives, all right? And they also need to get more of government officials, people who actually are at the helm of affairs.
Some people today, when they came, the first thing is to thinking that this was just going to be a discussion issue, like the usual discussions they go for. But they have themselves also confessed that this is different from in terms of organization, different in terms of the take-home, actionable take-home that you can go back and immediately start using in your business.
Since the start of the conference, the insights and information coming forth from the various speakers have been very insightful, and they are easy to run with information. They are not just off the air. So they are information that you can pick and you can run with.
Yes, with good top speakers like the MD of Slugs, the British American representative, the nursing representative also, and also the Ernst & Young rep. I think with the data I've gotten so far is enough for me to make a decision.
People have come here relieved of heavy hearts, burdens that they were all carrying and thinking that they were alone. They're coming here, sharing thoughts with others, networking with others. They realize that people are facing similar challenges, but they are overcoming them, and they are able to learn how, they too are overcoming their own challenges.
From the first speaker to the last speaker, I held on to a whole lot of stuff that would really help me on the field. So it was a really good one, and I'm looking forward to the next one already.
Brainstorming on wealth of experience and knowledge in retailing industry. That's always been my expectation, and I'm never disappointed anytime I come here.
More importantly, people have come to realize that retail is bigger than what they thought. So much opportunity in the sector, so much potential that retail has, and therefore people are going away with a new mindset completely. That look, this is an industry worth supporting. It's an industry that they can get so much from if only they do what is right.
It is important for us then to do something that is innovative and that is different.
What the conference have achieved, first is the ability to be able to pull together the who is who in retail in Nigeria.
Several discussions in today's conference about having a retailer association. People starting to see the value of information, data, and analysis. I think things are going to change.
Retail is very well fragmented in Nigeria. Retail is still emerging.
Retailers know what they are doing. They have the experience, they have the drive, they have the opportunity. All that we need is to make sure that the conditions in which they operate are conducive, to their prosperity and also to the growth of the industry in general.
If we must overcome this teething problem, the starting point, I believe, is to get everybody to one platform. Have some kind of organization where people can at least speak with one voice, air their opinion about the way we all think that this transformation should track. How should it go? What direction should we push the industry towards? And so part of the objective of the Retail Leaders Conference, therefore, is to chart the best transformation path for retail.
People who want to share their strategies or want to share their business style and so many things, all right? So I think it's something that an association like Retail Association of Nigeria, all right? I'm not just trying to give you the name, all right? All right, so I think an association like that will actually help to communicate this, and actually we can grow this industry bigger than what it is right now.
We see the conference as an opportunity point for both resources and retail opportunity to meet, and that we think the conference has achieved. Then also for retail business specific, a lot are having one challenge or the other, but coming here today, they are able to find other resources that will help them overcome that challenge, or they are able to even have a listening ear to what challenges they are having and receive advice on how to go about them.
Think through your game plan. You have to create a vision for where you want to be in 5 years and 10 years, and then map out specifically what you need to do to get there, and then be relentless on execution. Do what it takes, obviously within legal boundaries, but do what it takes to get there. And the second point I would make is look at competition as an opportunity. Sometimes people shy away from competition, saying that a market is too full.
There are some retailers who have problem in funding. That's their major issue. But coming here today, the reality that funding shouldn't be an issue, so long as the vision is right, so long as the strategy is right, because no banker wants to give you money unless he's sure that the money is going to come back. And the banks also have come to realize that there's so much opportunity, and therefore they need to support retail more. They need to look at their issue differently from the way they look at other kind of credits.
These are the issues in our environment, and I believe it was a well-attended, well-discussed forum that will be able to once and for all resolve through persuasion, through moral suasion, this hydra-headed problem of high cost of borrowing that are chasing away retail businesses, small to medium enterprises, and killing the spirit of entrepreneurship in our environment.
They've also realized also from this conference that supporting retail is not only in giving them money, but you can provide them with capacity building opportunities, support them in training their people. And that for the manufacturers, they understand now that doing that position you as the category champion. Every person came with different mindset of what they are going to get from the conference, and I believe that each went away happy, gaining something from that from the conference.
It's well put together in terms of organization, in terms of the selection of the speakers, in terms of the topics that are put on the table. I think it's still ongoing, but if I use what has gone past in terms of the various speakers that have spoken, I would say it's a well organized and well deserved retail conference or workshop, if you like. We
had some SMEs at the conference, and sponsored by BOI. We are so grateful to them. The whole concept or idea of buy made in Nigerian goods, like we shared at the conference, must involve retail. And that's why we are grateful to BOI for sponsoring them here, because we noticed that they were actively involved in networking with retailers. If you must push the campaign, retail must be involved. You cannot have a successful buy made in Nigerian campaign without retail. We are the largest distribution channel. We are your best advocate. So again, we use the opportunity to call on the government to involve retail very well in that campaign, and the campaign will succeed.
If government wants to support businesses, government should carry stakeholders along.
Those that came to the conference, beginning with our speakers, we are so grateful. They did marvelously well. I'm sure if we had brought in people from space, they wouldn't do as much as they did. They were fantastic. They were just wonderful. We're also grateful to our sponsors, particularly BOI. We're so grateful. We are grateful to Vidora for supporting us with the conference bags. We are grateful to every other sponsor. We are also grateful to the participants. Without them, there would have really been no conference. We are grateful to our exhibitors.
Chillers that were not here, I really hope that you know what's up. We're living in a modern world. We live in a global village. We're competing with Amazon in the US.
Innovation is important. You can't sit in one place thinking you know it all. You have to learn from experts. You have to find out what you need to do right so that you can also get it right. So when the leaders gather, you should also find an opportunity to gather. We can get one or two things that will help you.
Knowledge is power. You cannot get it all by sitting in your own little comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Take advantage of these opportunities, locally, internationally. And one thing we promise you on our platform, the Retail Leaders Conference, and indeed all our platform, whether it's workshop, whether it's training, is that we will bring best practice or best practices from all over the world. We'll bring it to Nigeria.